Okay, my YouTube people, I'm Rap from Rap's Garage Shop, and I haven't posted a video in a while in case you haven't noticed, but I wanted to get everybody caught up with what's going on and why I haven't posted any videos. I've been working a lot lately at work and haven't had time to get out into the garage. Also, it's been cold. It's been in the 30s and even colder here on the East Coast, and just don't feel like being out here in that kind of cold after working 10 hours a day. Anyhow, let's take a look and see what's going on in the garage, because I got a lot going on right now. And just want to say, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm up over 5,300 subscribers, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. All the people that comment and give me encouragement. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I don't know what else to say, but I do read them all, and I try to respond to every one of them. I don't have a ton of people, so it's not that hard, but stick them in there. I can always get back to you. Hopefully I can help. If not, maybe I can direct you in the right place. And here's what's going on. So the first thing I've been fooling with is this mountain bike. The dropper seat post wasn't working. That's down here in this basket. Let's see. And I rebuilt this. I didn't make a video of it because there's really good ones. This is a RockShox reverb dropper post. And RockShox, the company, puts their own videos out, and of course they're better than anything I could make. Anyway, I rebuilt it. I haven't got it back on the bike yet, but it'll get there. Have been riding the mountain bike more, trying to get into better shape. I have another mountain bike here. I just bought this one. Had a flat back tire, and you wouldn't think it sounded like much, but it was near impossible to get that tire off of that rim. My motorcycles are easier than this was, but I got it. I replaced the tube, and then I had a really hard time seating the bead on the tube. This, yeah, let's talk about this. 2006 KLX 250. It's got a 350 bore kit on it, and the left side case was damaged, so I had to split the motor open to replace the case. So here's the engine for the KLX back on the bench. I have to get this back together. I did split the cases. You can see that this outer case is nice and shiny because I got to clean it. And then the right side case is still kind of dirty. I got to get that back together. Did get the piston cleaned, but just got to make the time to put it back together. The 84 shovel. This has had an oil pump leak since I put it back together. It just drips a little out the oil pump gasket. I was hoping to get this apart and get that gasket replaced this winter. It'll probably be in the spring. If you watched any of the videos, my 46 knuckle, that is back together. It's running. No complaints there. I do have it on a battery tender. Other than that, it's good. If you've been watching my most recent videos, I took and redid the top end on my 97 Bad Boy. I have everything done, and it's been waiting for me to put it back together again. Sounds like a common theme, but it's what it is. So I got to get that back together soon. I have all the parts to do it, just haven't had the time. My chopper. If you watch one of my videos, I was riding this home last end of the summer or fall, and the fuel line right here came off of the rubber hose and caught fire while I was riding, and thankfully I reached down, shut the fuel off, and then ran it out of gas. And by the time I ran it out of gas, the fire was out because I had shut the fuel off. But anyway, it has a little bit of damage that I have to address. You can see that copper line on it. It's black halfway down, and then burnt the clutch cable. I don't think the clutch cable's the end of the world, but I probably am going to replace that and a few other little things. Yeah, get to that. This is a 5.3 LS motor, completely rebuilt, ready to go, and it's been sitting like this, ready to go for 2 years now. Yeah, I got to do something with that. I'm working on it. Should be going into my truck or something. Maybe I take a turn and put it into something else. This is the transmission off of that. It's a 4L60E. I am going to rebuild it. In fact, I have the valve body out of it at this point and started the rebuild on the valve body. So I have been taking video of that, and I will get to that at some point. Common theme in the works. Yeah, my 2003 Road King. It runs, but it has a lot of miles on it. Probably like 100,000 on it at this point, or real close to it. At some point, I do want to pull the motor. I did pull this motor at 40,000 miles. The cam shoes went through it, and it was the third pair of cam shoes. It's not like I ignored the cam shoe thing. At 10,000 miles, I went to put cams and a branch Flowmetrics top end kit on it with the big bore. It was 95-inch branch heads, branch pistons, and branch cams. And at the 10,000 mile mark, the shoes were worn, so I replaced them. I went back in to check them at 25,000 miles, which was another 15, and they were worn pretty good again. So I made a mental note to go in at 40,000 and replace them again. But about 38,000, the thing developed a rod knock, and when I opened it up, the shoes were gone and metal had went through the motor from the metal part of the cam shoe that held it. So with that said, at that point, I opened the motor, put a new crank in it, and at that time, I just put a stock crank out of a bike that somebody took the crank out of and put stroker wheels in it. So it's not like it was a new crank, but anyhow, with that being said, I do want to take it apart. I am going to take it out to 95 inches again and do some motor work to it again. When I originally did it with the branch kit, it was 104 horsepower and 110 foot-pounds of torque at the rear wheel. In first gear, with the clutch out, you could wick the throttle and it would pull the front wheel up in the air. So I don't want it that radical again, but I do want it a little more hyped up than it is now, a little more power. So I guess that's a pretty good update on the garage. I probably didn't talk about this frame right here. That is a replica frame for a pan head. That's for a future project at some point. It's been sitting there probably, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months now, and hasn't moved, but at some point I definitely will be building a bike out of that. Yeah, I guess the other thing I didn't talk about is that Evo motor sitting on the shelf. I have a full build series on that Evo motor. It's all you want to know about an Evo motor. And yeah, that's for a future project also. Don't have any plans for it. Just got a good deal on it and decided to build it. Right here, if you look, that is a Baker 6-speed transmission. And I don't know the story with it. I know it came off of a custom-built chopper, one from, I believe I called Baker and gave him the serial number. It was from 2004, but I'm going to open that up and go through it, just replace all the bearings. So that'll be in some future videos at some point, as will this weed whacker at some point. And we go back to my common theme of not having enough time, but it'll get there. Up in my loft up there, or what little shelving I have, there is an Evo 5-speed up in there that I'm going to rebuild. That Evo 5-speed was going to originally be for this Evo, but now that I have the Baker 6-speed, most likely I will pair that 6-speed with that engine on some future build. Not anywhere close to that. I have a 49 pan that I have a build series on the transmission, and the engine's ready, waiting to go, and I'm going to put that 49 together first. That'll be the next major thing. So if I'm going in order, it'll be the bad boy back together. It'll probably be the shovel oil pump. The chopper doesn't have a lot. I would hope to get to that. And then I would say the fall of next year, the 49 pan that I have. I've only owned it for probably 25 years and haven't ever ridden it, or it's never run in that time, but the engine's rebuilt, ready to go, and so is the transmission. It's just everything else, which is the other 95%. I appreciate over 5,300 subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.